Hi guys, Robbie46 here, welcome yourselves back to MotoGP 19 on the Xbox One X. Let's continue with career mode. We are off to Brno next with the KTM. Haven't done any more upgrades. I mean, the rideability is maxed out, but performance-wise is not. So we've still got a little way to go. So let's go and get some more development points from Brno. Yeah, did not go well. Didn't even get through Q1. I'm starting in 18th place. Just haven't got good pace at all. Not good. This is going to be a really tricky race. FP3, I just could not do anything. Couldn't even get inside the top 10. Couldn't do any of the development tests because I couldn't go quick enough. And yeah, it was just not feeling great at all. And now we come to the race, so I don't know what to expect. This one is definitely going to have to be damage limitation, but we'll have to wait and see. It's been frustrating doing FP3 in qualifying, but here we go, board the KTM. 7 laps around here. I'll be glad when this race is over. We'll be lucky to score any points, I think. To be fair, all 5 KTMs were outside the outside Q1, so not good as we try and get past a couple more people. Past Lorenzo now. We're in the points. We're up to 12. Lorenzo. Oh, he was on the grass there. He's gone in way too hot. Mir was on the grass on the inside. That forced me wide as well. Lorenzo managed to stay on though, and he's back ahead of us. Mir has just gone wide. Around the outside of Jorge Lorenzo we go. Back up to 12th place, just behind Maverick Vinales, up the inside of him. Lorenzo trying to get up the inside of me, but didn't work. Now we've got the 2 Petronas Yamahas, Quartararo and Morbidelli. We're past Quartararo, we're on the wrong side for the left though, he's back up the inside. But I have got a better exit, so I went with medium front, soft rear. Quartararo back up the inside, he's going wide there. That was obvious that was going to happen, he went in way too hot. So we're actually 10th place. That's not too bad considering where we started. We can potentially get past Morbidelli as well. Through Kevin Swans. There we go. Eventually past him. Nakagami and his teammate Cal Crutchlow are up next. I've gone a little bit wide. So yeah, my pace during FP3 and qualifying was horrendous. Like, over a second off as we go past Nakagami and up to 8th place. So we're just coming to the end of the first lap and we've made up 10 places from where I started already. So that's not too bad going. Cal Crutchlow is up next. 0.2 ahead. So we've done a hell of a lot of work on this opening lap. We're on lap 2 of 7. We are closing on Crutchlow. Use that bit of slipstream. Oh, up the inside. Not quite. And he's got Jack Miller just ahead of him. And then Petrucci just ahead of Miller. I can see the leaders just about. There we go on Crutchlow. Popped a wheelie at the wrong time. That held me back. So I'm not going past Crutchlow just yet. Oh, he's gone in hot there. Let me right up on him now. Through we go. Not quite. Similar move to what I tried to do to Quartararo, but couldn't make it stick with Crutchlow this time. Up the inside through the left. Bit of a aggressive move. I had to make it done. Had to make it work. Right. 0.7 to Miller. We are up to 7th place. All things considered, not too bad at all. Now we've got to see if we can catch up to Jack Miller. There are certain areas of this track where the AI just seem to be a hell of a lot quicker. And I'm just hoping that my soft rear is going to last. Right, through the final corner we go. We'll see what the gap is over the line. So So 1:53.8 for Marquez. I'm doing 1:54.8. So we're basically a second off of Marquez's time. 0.3 to Miller. So we are closing. So it's looking like we are going to lose quite a few points to Marquez and Dovizioso in this race. Brno now, since the last update, because they did make the AI quicker on certain tracks, since the last update, Brno now feels like what it did in MotoGP 18, where the AI were just stupidly quick and really, really difficult to beat. It seems like that's kind of happened again here, because we've beaten them here before. But right now, really struggling. Couldn't get through to Q2. Okay. So we're just edging closer to Miller, just little by little. We could potentially end up in 5th place, but it's going to be difficult to do that. And we definitely didn't have the pace to get to the front, guys. So it's looking like 5th is potentially the best I'm going to get. Marquez has got a little bit of a gap at the front. And the other three are a little bit further behind, not a huge amount. But the gap from Petrucci to 4th place is looking a little bit too big at the moment. So we are right on Jack Miller at the moment. I put the brakes on a bit too early then. It's allowed him to get away slightly. So Marquez, Rins, Dovi, Rossi. We're on to lap 4. It is very difficult at the moment. Trying to do what I can, but literally one mistake and it takes me a long time to make that time back up. That was a good run there. Again, just trying to close in on Miller. That's going to send me a bit too wide. That's ultimately lost me some time. Okay, so 0.4 at the moment. 1.3 back to Crutchlow. So we're safe from Crutchlow at the moment. We've pulled away from him. It is very difficult to kind of see where I'm going to be able to put a move on Miller, because we seem to be doing pretty much identical pace at the moment. And when I do close in, it's only very, 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 very small amounts. And he's definitely got better acceleration out of corners, which is where I'm struggling. Yes, I have got traction control turned right up to 4 because I thought I'm going to need every kind of help I can get in this race. And just try and make that soft rear last a little bit longer. So here we definitely close in, 0.3. We need a good run through the final corner, take a good line, and we should be able to hopefully gain a little bit more time, just spinning up that rear a little bit. Across the line it's 0.2, so we are catching back up. We definitely get a bit of time coming out of turn 1. Yeah, that's seen us close in. Try and get in his slipstream as well. There's the Ducatis are quick. That was better through turn 3. The gap is back up to 0.4. It's looking like Jack is just trying to close back in on Petrucci. Rossi is too far away, definitely now. So this is kind of what I was expecting the KTM to be like when I started the season. This is the kind of positions I was expecting to fight for. But because we managed to have a fairly decent season and have quite a few wins and podiums, it's still a bit annoying, even though it's kind of what I expected at the beginning. That gap has gone up quite a bit now, 0.8. My rear is starting to get a bit too hot. Can't get the KTM stopped properly anymore either. I think that is my charge done for 6th place. The rear is starting to squirm about, which is not good. 0.8 still. 1.5 back to Crutchlow, so that gap's absolutely fine. We've only got 2 laps remaining. We're about to start the penultimate lap. But yeah, it is not looking good. Jack is definitely away now. Still 0.8, but that's going to go up even more now, I think. I think I'm just going to have to try and settle for 7th place. Never had to work so hard for a 7th place in this game before. Not in MotoGP 19 anyway. Right, well, my aim is to, yeah, that gap is exactly a second to Miller. It's still 1.5 back to Crutchlow. So that is going to be my aim, just to stay ahead of Crutchlow now, because the gap to Miller is going up a little by little now. I'm not closing in anymore. Nira and Vinales are fighting for 11th and 12th. One and a half to Miller, 1.1 back to Crutchlow. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to make sure we stay ahead of Crutchlow, because he is starting to close in at quite a rapid rate. I know we've only got 1.25 laps to go, but I don't want to be caught and lose another point. Currently sitting on 9 points. If we drop down to 8th, we'll be on 8 points. So we are going to lose quite a few points to Marquez and Dovizioso. That's a good job. Marquez is still leading. Dovizioso in 3rd. So it could be worse. Okay, so 1 lap to go. 1 lap to hold on to 7th place. Oh, uh-oh. That's messed my exit up to turn 2. That's going to allow Crutchlow to close in. Yeah, that has really allowed Crutchlow to close right in. We could be in trouble here. The gap is 0.6. 2.2 to Miller. We're not going to catch them. They are long gone. Just got to stay ahead of Crutchlow now. Come on. We can do this. Just try and stay here. Every point counts. So yeah, not a good round. Not a good round at all. Really, really struggled. I mean, considering how qualifying went, I think this is kind of like a little win. Because at least we've made up basically 11 places on where we started. And considering my pace during qualifying, I wasn't expecting it. So yeah, we are going to finish in 7th place. Marquez has already crossed the line. Just a run to the line for me. We are going to finish in 7th, Crutchlow in 8th. That was a really tough race.
Soon cameras will take us to the podium to see the award ceremony. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the final rankings of the MotoGP class.
I think our team championship has definitely gone out the window now. I think we're really going to struggle for that. Yeah, 27 points it's come down to. That is not good. Yeah, we are 45 points behind in the team championship now. Still leading the Constructors' Championship, but only by 7 points.
A little disappointment is more than understandable. The rider and mechanics
I don't know why both my bikes are scratched, and he used one of them.
Have better results next time out.
I tried. We got something though. Okay, the next round is KTM's home round in Austria, the Red Bull Ring. Let's hope we can have a bit of a better result, because we can't have too many more 7th places, that's for sure. Good news, we are competitive here. 124.3. Ideally, I need to be in the 123s to be on pole position, I think. I don't know, 124.0 in FP3, which put me on top. But I was only about 10th ahead of 2nd place, so ideally a 123 is where I need to be. But KTM feeling a hell of a lot better around here, as it should do with it being its test track. But yeah, definitely got a lot more pace this time round. I managed to do all the development tests as well, so didn't have any problems with them this time. Brno was just one of those weird things where it just didn't come together. We're 0.3 under my own time at the moment. Need to try and take off a little bit more time if I can to try and get that 123 for pole position. Front row would be nice, especially with that first corner. Oh, half a second. That will definitely put us well in the 123s. I've done my runs in FP3 all on the same set of soft tyres. 123.7, I think that will do. Pole position, but again only by 10th of a second. This time from Alex Rins, Dovizioso 4th, Marquez 5th.
Any kind of pressure.
So it is a bit cooler temperature wise. I'm actually going to go with a soft front and soft rear, and that is something I've never actually tried it in a race with the MotoGP, well, with the KTM anyway. Could go completely wrong. It may be right.
Very little time is left until the start of another Austrian.
Like I said, when I was doing the FP3, the development tests and everything, all my laps are done on the same set of soft front and soft rear tyres, and they didn't actually degrade too quickly. I know that the temperature is cooler, so we'll have to wait and see what happens, but we should be okay. We're through turn 1 safely. I did find that in FP3 the front was wearing more than the rear. That may well happen during the race, but didn't really have any troubles with the front too much, even once it did wear out a little bit. So we've already started to pull away from 2nd place, which ideally is what I want to do. If I can win this race, that would be good. We need to get things back on track after that horrendous 7th place at Brno. Obviously, being in Austria, this is where MotoGP came last. We had a fantastic race between Marquez and Dovizioso. Came right down to the final corner again. And again, it was the same old story for Marquez. Pipped to the line by Dovizioso, by Ducati. Because obviously last year, Jorge Lorenzo beat Marquez around here. So even with more power on that Honda, it was still not enough to beat the Ducati. 127.2 on my first lap. That's not bad. Almost a second gap already. 10 laps around here. That will go by pretty quickly. It is a short circuit. So we've got British Superbikes on this weekend at Cadwell Park. That's going to be some good racing there, especially going over the mountain. It's always really cool to watch them going over the mountain, get some air. But within the BSB paddock, there has been something quite bad happen. Danny Ken, the 2015 Moto3 World Champion, has been convicted of carrying a knife. Apparently him and his brother went to collect a debt. Danny Kent had a knife on him, and when they were stopped and searched, they found the blade upon his person. And MV Agusta has immediately separated themselves from him, so he no longer has a ride in BSB, and quite rightly so. People shouldn't be carrying knives around with him. What the hell is he thinking? I really don't know what's going on with Danny Kent, because after 2015 it just pretty much all started going downhill. He went into Moto2, didn't really work out, kind of quit partway through the season, then came back into Moto2 the following season with a different team. Again, wasn't working well, and then he kind of disappeared off the radar, and then eventually got an MV Agusta ride in BSB partway through the season. Done a few rounds, had a few mechanicals, and now this. It's unfortunately been a downward spiral for Danny Kent. Such a shame for such a talented rider. Like I said, 2015 Moto3 World Champion. So he's a World Championship pedigree, but yeah, what the hell was he thinking carrying a knife? That's just not good at all. No one should be carrying knives. Especially with the amount of stuff that happens, especially in the UK, around knife crime. It's not good. So yeah, Gino Ria is stepping in for MV Agusta this weekend. So good to see Gino Ria back on a bike at Cadwell Park. But yeah, Danny Kent no longer has a ride in BSB. MV Agusta has terminated his contract with immediate effect. So that may well be the last we see of Danny Kent. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens in the future. But as it stands, it really isn't looking good. So, back to this race. We're on lap 4. We've got a nice lead. We are just building and building. The KTM is feeling absolutely great around here. Like I said, as it should do, because it is indeed KTM's test track, their home track. 2.2 is our gap. And we're coming to the end of lap 4, so all good so far. I think it's fair to say that we should win this one. And the tyres aren't really degrading too quickly. The rear is looking really good. The front is looking fine. So I think we have chosen wisely. Dovi up to 3rd, Marquez down to 4th. Dovi down to 4th, Marquez up to 3rd. Okay, that is the end of lap 4. On to lap number 5 now. Time to start the final lap. We have got a huge lead. 4.8 second lead. The front's still feeling great, even though it has degraded quite a bit, but still got plenty of grip left in it, as has the rear. You're definitely chosen the right tyres this time. I did notice on the grid that I think it was Marquez went for a soft rear. Most of the other people went for medium front, medium rear, but I think Marquez went for medium front, soft rear, which is my usual combination, but I thought I'd just risk it on a soft front this time. It's definitely worked out, because I have been able to do lap times close to my qualifying time, which I obviously done on soft front, soft rear as well. It's all worked well. A bit wide there, but we can cut that back for a very late apex, and that worked well as well. We've got over 5 second lead now. just got a couple of corners left to go now. But we are going to win at KTM's home track, Austria, the Red Bull Ring. 1 corner to go, 5.2 second lead. We are back on top. We are going to get a few points back on Dovizioso. We dominated that race right from the get-go, led every lap, and no one ever came past. So 4.9 we won by. That was Viñales. So Dovizioso down to 5th. That's going to really help me extend my lead again. What was it, like 29 points? Now it's 41. That's good. That's definitely in the right direction. We're still in 3rd on that, 34 points behind, but that is back up to 21 points of Constructors' Championship, so that is very good.
This victory is the cherry on top of an exhausting
needed that, really needed that.
Like this, it will be really difficult for his opponents to overtake him.
Yeah, we have got some tricky tracks coming up, so, you know, we're not out the park yet. We just need to keep getting points when we can. And if we're quite far down, we just need to make sure we finish and score at least some points to help out.
Each Grand Prix makes its own story, but these guys will definitely be ones to keep an eye on in races to come.
All right. So, another win under our belt. After an abysmal Brno, we managed to turn it around, extend our lead. Okay, so let's have a look at the championship. So Du Pasquale in Red Bull Rookies Cup is leading. Yuki Kunin out from Tate in 3rd, Salvador 4th, and Noguchi in 5th. On to Moto 3. Messia is leading Canet from Dalla Porta in 3rd, Antonelli 4th, and Mignot in 5th place. Moto 2, Schrotter is leading Marquez still. Luti's up to 3rd, Baldassarri down to 4th, and Bastianini in 5th. And the MotoGP, obviously, I'm leading that from Dovizioso in 2nd, Marquez 3rd, Rossi 4th, and Miller in 5th. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content. Shall see you guys in the next video. See you.